A fascinating book.
G'day everybody. Today is the 15th of April 2024. It happens to be a red galactic Earth day. In Dream Spell Code it means we harmonise to evolve. Modelling synchronicity it means we bring integrity to the matrix of navigation through the power of birth, nurturing being, guided by the red dragon. Making absolute sense to me when I discovered it, that it described a world of synchronicity. Now, synchronicity was something that was brought to my attention quite strongly yesterday when I come across a video by friendly Geordies who I hadn't heard from for a while.
Oh,
Hello.
I didn't see you there. Most of you are probably thinking right now, who are you again?
Oh, the
firebombing guy.
He's
still
alive?
alive?
What an
anticlimax.
Yep,
missed you too.
Through my YouTube. And in that video, it was a short actually from a longer video he'd done. He was holding a book upside down, which I hadn't really even noticed.
A fascinating book.
Except I went to read the comments and noticed someone saying, "I can see clearly now," being the name of the book. And I'm like, huh? What? And I realised that that's actually the book that I'm reading right now, by Wayne Dyer. It's an autobiography. I've never read any of his other books, but as you can see, I've got my specs on. Recently, I got some reading glasses, and it's made a world of difference for me, seeing things up close. So I thought, when I come across a bookshop, I can see clearly now would be a great book to start with. So I did start reading that book until I started reading Nature of Honor by David McBride, which I've completed, and then I restarted reading this book by Wayne Dyer. So I found it pretty bizarre that I had been reading every night instead of having screen time before going to sleep. I prefer now to read a book, and yeah, that's awesome. Highly recommended. And so yeah, I read 1, 2, 3 chapters every night, and I was up to chapter 12, and I was almost going to read chapter 12 the night before, but no, I didn't. So this event occurred where I've come across Jordan Shanks holding this book upside down. I mean, I have no idea if he has ever read the book himself, or whether he was just making a bit of a joke about being able to see clearly or not, whatever. But this chapter 12 highlights the experience of Wayne Dyer and synchronicity. And he highlights this experience he had where he, one day when he was about 19 years old, he was part of the Navy, he was heading somewhere, and it was the cold of night, and he crossed paths with his own brother, and hadn't realised that. Circumstances led to them both discovering the fact that they had crossed paths, and the contrivance of the divine to have put this a sequence of events together brought his awareness to synchronicity, which is something that I have also marveled upon in my life, and wanted to make it more of a thing, to be able to share the awareness around that. So hence why I'm making a video about it today, and just wanted to share with you where it gets to. I read chapter 12 last night, having discovered the bizarreness of this synchronicity, and wanted to share the end of chapter 12 here, where he says, having highlighted the fact that Carl Jung was the person who coined the term synchronicity, being meaningful coincidences. And then he says, "This was my opening to an awareness of the divine force moving through our lives. From my perspective of looking back at this event so many years later, I see clearly that I was beginning to liberate myself from the chronological cause and effect way I had been trained to think. I was beginning to cultivate a mind that's truly open to everything and attached to nothing. It seems that the 19-year-old me welcomed discovering this theme that eventually would permeate his life's work. Surrender and know that it is all just the way it's supposed to be. Albert Einstein was right. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Or as Buddha said, if we could see the miracle of a single flower clearly, our whole life would change. This miraculous event allowed me to see clearly and begin co-creating my own life and teach others how to create their lives as well. As I look back now, I give thanks for all the participants who collaborated to bring about this wondrous awakening in me. So on this red galactic earth, and whatever day you would like to refer to it in the meaningful coincidence of your life, I would like to remind you also of the divine at work in the perfect miracle of your life.